Hi guys, my name is Zadie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So basically today I'm going to be doing a hygiene video, as you can see by the title. I don't know what the title is according to your video, but here I am. Even if you're a guy, don't click off. You could take, 1, 2, maybe even 3. So Skaba shy, don't be shy, it's okay. I'm not only going to be speaking about the female vagina alone, I also will be getting into every other part of the body that I want to talk about. I'm not gonna speak about, you know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking about that one. You work out the one that I have, a vagina, and every other female has, or whoever has a vagina. I'm gonna be breaking down everything, and then also I will be also giving you guys advice from what I know when it comes to those specific parts. Just so you know, I am not a doctor, I'm not a gynecologist. This is just me being human who went through things, and I learned things throughout the way of learning things. The main thing you're gonna take from this video is the word breathe. Letting things breathe. That's the main thing you're gonna have to take from this video if you're not gonna take anything. Let that be your first and your last. Hopefully not. Hopefully you stick all the way to the end and you hear me out. You know how when you don't wash something, it starts to stink. That's how it is with our hair. That's why sometimes with people, depending on how your hair is, like me, unfortunately, I have to wash my hair every single week. Even if I have braids on, I'm going to wash the scalp because that's where I have to wash the hair anyway. So when I'm in the shower, I also just wash my scalp with shampoo, soap, or whatever that works for your hair, because I have to wash my hair because I do get a lot of dandruff. So I have to do like weekly washings of my hair. Wash your hair weekly or 2 weeks, depending on how your head works. We're gonna be using my baby Theo, for example. My baby smells so good. He had a shower last night. Okay, no, it didn't really shower. I put him in the washing machine, you know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing, hot time. So you see, when you hug someone unintentionally, you can smell their head, their ears, or the face, just anything around, and the perfume. Never mind the perfume, no matter how strong your perfume is, they're still gonna smell your head. You can't be wanting to give that guy a hug. Or when a boy, you can't be wanting to hug a girl. Don't do that. So wash your hair. After you wash your hair, you can put some hair food so that it can smell good, you understand? If you don't have hair food, you don't have hairspray, put a light fragrance, but don't put it directly on the scalp. Don't do that. Also, don't put perfume on your actual natural hair. That could damage your hair. But if it's on hairpiece like this, baby, spray the hairpiece. Spray. You want to spray it after. You only spray after you've washed. Don't you dare spray without washing your hair. So you make sure that your hair smells good also. So you washed your scalp, you've oiled your scalp, you've hair dried, you did everything. Now it smells good. Now when someone hugs you, even though you don't have perfume, your hair smells good, they're gonna say you smell good. Now we're moving down to our ears. My advice to you when it comes to your ears and cleaning your ears, wash your ears with a washcloth. It's actually better when you have gloves, exfoliating gloves. So once you put on your gloves, you wash like that, like behind your ear, around, inside, like as far as you can reach. Make sure you go behind your ears, because I don't know if you know, every single part of our body has dead skin cells. If you don't know what dead skin cells, it's basically the old skin that's on top of the brand new skin that you have currently. So when you're exfoliating, you kind of rubbing off and washing off that dead skin cells. It's the same with our hair. When we wash off that dandruff, we're washing off all the dead skin cells. It's not actually dead skin cells on our heads, but I'm just saying it like that so you can understand what I'm talking about. So even behind our ears, anywhere that has skin has dead skin cells. It has another layer underneath that you have to eventually take off. So if you don't wash behind your ear, imagine how many dead skin cells are on top of, stacked on one another like this. When I'm behind your ear, you're stacking dead skin cells. Oh, don't do that. Wash behind your damn ear and wash inside. Wash like this with that. And you have exfoliating gloves. You wash like that. You wash good like this. After doing all of that, you rinse. You can even use a mirror sometimes to just make sure that you got all of the soap out. You don't want to be going to school with soap residue. Man, you go around looking like this. There's soap when it's like, hello. How many aura points are you losing? 1,000 billion quadrillion zillion. I do not advise earbuds, because earbuds are too big and they will push the earwax inside. Actually, they're actually not good for us like that, honestly. But I use them. But don't use them. Don't use them. Please do not use earbuds. I am a victim of someone who actually has ear loss temporarily sometimes, because I used earbuds this one time thinking, they're not gonna tell me anything. And I used earbuds and I actually pushed the earwax all the way inside. Now I have this ear partially blocked. I'm still waiting for my sister to help me unblock my ear, but she doesn't want. Like, why doesn't she want to help me? But anyways, I still do use earbuds because no one's gonna tell me anything. You can't tell me what to do. So after I'm done washing in the shower, I make sure that I get all the wetness that is in there out. When you're gobisering your lotion all over your body, make sure you also go around and gobisa your ear. Your ear is skin at the end of the day. You can't wash your ears and then leave it with no lotion. Hey, at this point, you are dragging it. You are honestly dragging it. There's no way you're going to do that and not moisturize that skin, because it has skin at the end of the day. Now we're going to move on to our face, specifically our mouth now. This one is a heavy topic because everybody's mouth works very differently. First and foremost, the only thing that's meant to go in your mouth is food and water. Anything else, no. If you put anything else, you're at a risk of getting mouth thrush, mouth infections, herpes, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it because it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Don't you ever do that. Our mouths were designed for food and water. They were not designed to put other things inside our mouths. I think you're grown enough to understand what I'm trying to talk about right now. Let's not do that to ourselves. So our mouths are full of good and bad bacteria. The bad bacteria is what causes your breath to smell bad. And if you didn't know, our odor, most of the time from the mouth, comes from the tongue and the throat. Because when you're burping, that air that's coming out, you understand? So you make sure that whatever that you're taking in smells good or doesn't have a funny odor. Or even if you did take something that smells bad, like maybe you ate some eggs, you ate knickknacks, or whatever the case may be, you can drink a lot of water so that you can kind of like drain out that scent that's inside your esophagus. Because, that air that's coming out. Imagine now I ate eggs and knickknacks and I'm coming to your face like, hey, can I have your number? Hey, Woody. Yes. So our teeth are actually bones. It's just that they covered in saliva, which makes it has this specific texture and the way that it looks. That's why they're kind of like strong in the way that they are. Our teeth are like right next to each other, right? But in between the teeth, it happens that germs go there. That is why it is important to floss. Here are your teeth, you floss, where you can turn it a little bit to the side to come in to try and scrape that part out. You floss again to try and get that part out. You may think that nothing is going in between your teeth, but trust me, there is some unseen bacteria that you cannot see with your naked eye. So this is why it's important to floss, because there are bacteria found in your teeth. And I'm telling you, once you take it out, you're going to see and smell that thing. Smell it. Flossing is the first step into your oral routine. And it's very advisable to not walk around, but like take this with you everywhere. Just keep one in your bag. Don't reuse. Don't do that. Can cause an infection in between to your gums here, because gums are very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. Floss first. Make sure you go into every single part of your teeth. The ones down here and the ones up there. Make sure, please, especially your molars. Oh my gosh, because you be chewing, you chew, and things get chewed. As you're chewing, here are your teeth. Here are your back teeth. Here's the top one, here's the bottom one. You but things are flying or going inside. So it's important to make sure that you do that. Next, you're gonna brush your teeth with whatever you prefer using. I would advise an electrical toothbrush, but I unfortunately, I'm a student. I can't afford that right now. I'm just gonna use what I have. Don't pressure your parents to buy new things when you can use this for now. Work hard and get your own. Thank you. So you brush your teeth. After you brush your teeth, rinse that toothbrush and put a little bit of more toothpaste to brush your tongue on its own. If you have a tongue scraper, you can use that too. If you don't have a tongue scraper, I would advise that the same toothpaste that you use to brush your teeth, you don't use it for the tongue. Your tongue needs its own attention all over again. When you wash your tongue, you want to spread. You're gonna spread it. Open your mouth and take out your tongue and wash everywhere. The tip of the tongue, wash, wash, wash. Even there at the back, try your best, try your best. And then right after everything, you want to use some mouthwash. You want to use some mouthwash. You can use the one that you prefer. This one is the one that's in my budget, unfortunately, so this is the one I can afford right now. Don't rinse your mouth with water after using this. Don't do that. Now at this point, you're washing out this mouthwash at this point, and at that point, why? My next advice when it comes to the mouth is to always have some sort of mint. Always have some sort of mint with you, because you never know what's going to happen throughout the day. You know, when you close your mouth for a long time, bacteria builds up, and most of it is bad bacteria. Bacteria loves a moist environment. So the more you close it and it's just in that moist environment, a lot of it just builds up. The microorganisms are just multiplying. So you can imagine how bad your breath is going to smell after you've closed your mouth for like, I don't know how long. So I like to get myself the black holes. The other ones, they do work, but I like this one. Or sometimes even gum is perfect. I'd recommend this one. This one is like really, really strong. I love this one. Also, one more last tip for the mouth is to drink enough water. Actually, water makes the spit smell a little better. You don't want to lick this part of your lips and then you leave a little bit of spit, and then when you smell yourself here, it smells bad. You don't want that. So drink enough water. Drink enough water. If you're not gonna drink water, unsubscribe. Now we're gonna move on to our armpits. This one guys, this one. Hey, another heavy topic. So when you're in the shower and you're washing your armpits, you want to make sure you're using something that is a little rough but not too rough, because I used to use khetsi. I don't know how to say that in English. I don't know how to say that in Zulu. If you can you like translate it in the description? No, in the comment section down below. I used to use this specific material that carried oranges. Traditionally, as a South African, people usually do use that. Most of the people, not everybody. I used to use that for my armpits. I was like really rough. But I shouldn't have done it, because it literally dried out my skin. Like, it dried out my armpit area. Like, yes, it did the job by removing the scent, but then still, at the end of the day, I'm like, this is a little too dry. So when you're in the shower and you're washing your armpits, you want to make sure that you wash off the scent of the previous roll-on application. You don't want to be in the shower and wash under here and you still smell like the roll-on. No, because that is actually not just the smell of the roll-on. It's the smell of the roll-on in combination with your sweat for the entire day. We all know that our armpits have sweat glands, so it is bound to sweat. So you want to make sure you get rid of the sweat that you can't see with your naked eye. There's so many things that we can't see with the naked eye. We need to dress up to see that part of our bodies. When you come out of the shower and you put lotion on your body, put lotion under here too. People do this and then skip that part. You want to put lotion even around, because you have skin. At the end of the day, it's part of skin. And what did I say about skin? Skin has dead skin cells. I'm not going to raise my armpits right now because I kind of have not shaved like that. So when you raise your armpit, let's use this as our armpits, okay? When you raise your armpit, when you go be sitting on your body, you put the lotion even underneath the armpit, so you don't miss the skin around it. It's very, very important to make sure that the skin everywhere on your body looks good. You're not doing this for anybody else, you're doing this for yourself. So after you do that, then you can put on your roll-on. What I like to do is put on 2 layers so that it can last me a very long time. What I mean by that, I will take my roll-on, put it on and let it dry, and put a second layer and let that dry too. Don't wear clothing when your thing is still wet. At that point, why are you subscribed to my channel? Why are you still looking at me? Why are you even asking for advice? Don't ever wear anything when this thing has not even dried up. If you can, get yourself the deodorant spray. That one dries a little quicker. I can't afford that right now. It's not in my budget. So I do use the men Nivea roll-on. That's the one that works for me. Shield actually also does work, but my problem is that it leaves a white stain like around. I don't like that, but it works so good. I use the Nivea men, the roll-on, and I use 2 layers so that it can last me out a long time. Another way you can make sure that it does not make you stink throughout the day is avoid wearing tight clothes. Like, wear things you can breathe. Like, make sure you are breathing. You don't want to wear things that are covering up, and on top of that, you're running, you're always rushing. When you're walking, be nonchalant, please. Be nonchalant. You know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Don't be rushing, and because when you're sweating, when you're rushing, you're doing things in a hurry, your body's gonna release sweat, and sweat is not good for under hair. It's gonna make it stink. It's not gonna make it smell good. It's gonna make you smell a little musty, whatever the case may be. If you do have an odor problem, you can use bicarbonate of soda maybe like 2 to 3 times a week before you go put on your roll-on. So you go into the shower, wash, and then put some bicarbonate of soda on your hands, and then, you know, go in it, go, wash it, then you can put on your roll-on. Next, I'm going to talk about your body care. I use exfoliating gloves, and I start with this all over my body, everywhere, besides my face. I only leave my face out. I also do use green bar soap. So if you don't have this, don't feel pressured to get anything. Sunlight green bar soap works perfectly fine, and I think it's like less than 30 rand for like the 1 or 2 bars. That also works really good. After I'm done with that, I go in with this, and this is so amazing because it leaves a nice scent. Even after I'm out the shower, I will smell so fresh. Smells so delicious. Literally, I wouldn't even have to put any fragrance because this will literally do it for me. The projection here is insane. So after I'm done with all of that, my shower routine is actually quite simple because that's what works for me. I don't want to disrupt it or anything, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, after I get out of the shower, I wash my face. I do my whole face things. When I come to my room, first thing I put on is lotion. Whatever lotion you want to use, you use that. I'm not going to show you guys mine because it's nothing fancy. It's just lotion. Because some people have eczema, so I don't want to be recommending things that are not for everybody. Just use the lotion that works for you. Use lotion. I put lotion on first. That's the first layer. The second layer, I put on body oil. You can use any tissue oil. This is the one that I use, okay, throughout the day. When I have my night showers, this is the one that I use. It's honestly so perfect. I hope you guys can see the one I use for my body. Then I put on body spritzer. This is the one I'm currently using. I don't have a reason as to why I do this. I just love this. It makes me feel nice. I like it. After all of that, I put on perfume at that point. I put the perfume on my naked body. Once that has dried up and everything is doing its thing, I'll wear clothes and then put my perfume or cologne of the day on my clothes. Make sure that the perfume that you're using on your skin is not too harsh because the ingredients of perfume can be really crazy, eh? So how you can layer your perfume after everything, you have your lotion, you have your body oil, you have your body spritzer or body mist. Then you can put on the perfume of the day or whatever perfume that you want to wear. That's how you can try your best to make sure that it lasts long. If you don't have body oil, you can also use Vaseline. Honestly, it really does work. And you know what's crazy? When I walk outside today, nobody will know that I was using 4 products before I put my perfume. That's how you know that you really don't need everything that I'm using. You don't really need it because no one will know that I'm pretty sure she used Protex soap today. No one is gonna know that. They're not gonna know. So it's not important for you to have fancy things. Do what you can and use what you can. You know, you just gotta make the best out of it. Try your best to, you know, find ways in which you can manipulate that specific thing so that it can just work well for you. Don't feel pressure to be buying things that you can't afford. Don't. When it comes to perfume now, you don't have to be getting the expensive ones. There are people who are selling duplicates. There are people who are selling, like, there's a lot of brands that you can get, you know. So another one is, this is an example. I actually don't use this. I just use this maybe for like my room. I do use a room mist, but if I want something a little stronger, I put this. I actually don't like the scent. It's just overhyped in my opinion. I mean, not overhyped, it's just overused, and I got tired of it because everybody had it. Every time someone would pass me, I could smell it. Like, it smells nice, you know. It's a unisex scent. I like very strong perfume. How I know my perfumes are for me is because every time I get out, I always get compliments. I will pass people, or when I walk into the room, someone will be like, oh my gosh, who smells so good? You know it's deep when a guy asks you what cologne you're wearing. I'm gonna gatekeep. My perfumes are all in there. All of my perfumes and colognes, they're all in there. I like strong scents. I don't like walking in the room and smelling like cheap things. I don't, unfortunately. If you can, save up to get what you want. That's how I am. I save up and buy the actual things that I want. If you really want to smell good, you could. You're really good. Like, you're really good. No. I want to make sure that whatever perfume that you get is actually going to last you. Like, another side note, when you do spray, don't rub. Don't rub. Because now you're messing up with it. Just, right? You're actually supposed to spray once, but I'm just showing you guys. Leave it like that. And also spray on the other side too. Now, when it comes to our hands, you want to make sure that your nails are always short, or even if you have long nails, be able to make sure that you know how to clean your hands and make sure that your hands smell good. One thing you don't want for people to, touch you, high five. And that, it just smells funny. Like, man, something is off with this one's hands. Like, you don't want that. I'm not gonna lie, I've smelled on somebody's hands before. I'm not gonna describe what I smelled on her hands, or also his hands. You wanna make sure your hands smell good. You wash your hands. If you can't wash your hands in the moment, maybe you can just use sanitizer. The one that I use is this one. I like it because I also I use it to clean my surfaces and everything like that, okay? Inside. Move on to our feet before I go into the vagina. So our feet underneath, which is like this same texture right here, also has dead skin cells. That's why sometimes when people take off their shoes, it smells. Because when you wear socks and you cover up things, it's hard for it to breathe. And because it can't breathe, it's gonna make a funny odor to let you know that, hey, I need air. Yo, bro, I need some air. Can you remove the socks? Can you remove the shoes? You know what I'm saying? So if you can, use, these rough, nice stones to wash underneath that corner. Wash everything that you can. And the reasons why our hands don't smell is because we use water every single time, always busy with our hands quite a lot. That's why we don't have the same texture as we do down there. Down there, we just can't even see our feet. But they do stink if you don't wash. I'm going to the vagina. I'm just going to make it very fast, okay? Because this video is getting too long. Our vaginas clean itself. If you don't know what a vagina is, it's the internal canal. It's not the outside. That is not the vagina. That is the vulva. Basically, we've got the two lips, and right above on top here, that's our vulva. But the inside, that's the vagina. The vagina is the internal canal, which is the passage for menstrual blood, childbirth, and adult things. The inside of the vagina, that actual hole going in way inside, you don't touch. The main part that you focus on is on the outside. That's where our odors come from. They come from this top part, the two lips, and the clit that is like somewhere here. That's where the odor comes from. Why? Because we wear panties and it covers it up. You pee, you're sweating, you're doing adult things. Let me give you guys an example before I go into what I want to say right now. Imagine I had an actual fish in here, and then I take it out. Don't you think the water is still gonna smell like fish, right? So we're gonna label that fish water. Now say that this fish water spilled on the table, and now I take my tissue, dry tissue, and I wipe the fish water. Don't you think that the table is still gonna smell like fish water? That's the same with the vagina. When you pee and you just wipe with just the dry tissue, your vagina is still gonna smell like pee. You may not smell it from that distance, but if someone were to go there, this is why it's very important to use wipes when wiping your vagina when you come out of the toilet. Preferably, I use these ones. They are pH balanced. pH balanced, soap and alcohol free. Individually wrapped. Like that. It's individually wrapped. So that you can take piece by piece when you go into the toilet. Stack some in your school bag, some guy and every way that you can. So when you're done peeing, you wipe from the front. Here's your vagina. You wipe from the front to the booty hole. Don't wipe from the booty hole into the vagina. That will cause infections. The booty hole has fecal remains. Your booty hole takes out feces. So when you're done peeing, you make sure that you use a wipe. And right after using your wipe, then you can use your tissue so that you can leave it dry. You don't want to leave your vagina in a moist environment. You know what I said about germs? Germs like moist environments. That's how infections form and all of these other things. That's how they start to form, because you left it in a wet environment, and on top of that you're covering it. The microorganisms at this point are just multiplying. After you wiped the wipe, you then go in and wipe with the tissue and make sure that you leave it dry. The importance of using vaginal wipes. It's also very good for when you're on your period, because you don't want to leave dry blood down there. You don't want to do that. It's gonna stink. Basically, the inside of the vagina is what is being cleaned on its own and doesn't really need your help. The only help that it's going to need is what you take in. It's very important that you don't be taking in other things that are not supposed to be going in there, because what you take in is exactly what you're going to get out. So one thing I do want to recommend for the vagina that works for me is plain yogurt. Plain yogurt contains a bacteria called lactobacillus, which is a very good bacteria for the vagina. It improves the smell of your discharge. It improves the way you're just going to feel. Like, you're going to tell the difference. Trust me, it's going to be there. So the way and the color in which your discharge is going to be coming out is going to be different. It's going to smell more better and healthier. I like this one. I eat it like every other day. I don't really be eating it every day because I do get a lot of pimples because of dairy. So that's something I would recommend for the discharge. If you didn't know, also water helps with the texture of your discharge. So you can imagine if you're not taking water, you're not doing any of this thing. Another thing I'd also love to recommend for the vagina is cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is good with helping with preventing a specific infection called a UTI. A UTI is a urinary tract infection, which is basically caused by something entering that passage. So basically down there you have 3 holes. You've got the urinary tract where your pee comes out, which is like right above your clit, if I'm not mistaken. Then you've got the vagina, the hole itself, the vagina. Then you've got your booty hole. So if something comes in here, you will get a UTI. And what cranberry juice does, it has specific nutrients that can actually prevent it from happening. So it can make you pee a lot more, so that you can just make sure that place is just constantly clean. This is why it's also important to wipe from front to back. Because if you wipe from back to front and you put something inside that canal, you will get a UTI. What I've seen with me when I take cranberry juice, it literally makes my pee smell so cute, clean, fresh. It smells like sweets. It smells so good. That's how I know that it actually genuinely works for me. You can try it out. If it doesn't work, find alternatives as much as you can. So when I pee, it smells so fresh because I also do drink a lot of water. This is why it's also very important to drink a lot of water, because the more water you drink, the more you're going to be using the toilet. So the more you'll be cleaning that canal as much as you can. So you're going to be drinking water, cranberry juice for the texture and the way your discharge is going to be looking and feeling. I like to get like these. I actually buy 2 of these per month. So I also drink every other day or when I feel like it. It's honestly so worth it. I like so that I just take 1 per day or whatever the case may be. So with these together, it honestly is so helpful. Now when it comes to the washing of your vagina, when I'm in the shower, I like the shower because the water is going to be going in and out immediately. Unlike when you're in the bathtub, you're sitting in the dirty water. Oh, after washing your body, you're going to still use the same water for your vagina. If you only have a bathtub in your household, you can use the tap in the bathtub like it's a shower, where you're going to stand, like squat basically, and have the water run, and like open your legs and open the lips and try your hardest to wash everywhere. When you're washing, you wash outside the clit, you open the clit just a little bit, wash, just washing on the outside. The inside is being sorted out, okay? When your discharge is coming out, that's basically the vagina cleaning itself. It's taking out what it doesn't want. It's taking out certain things, you know what I'm saying? So the inside is already cleaning itself. So once it's come out of the body, now you want to wash off that discharge. You want to remove that and make sure it's not anywhere outside, so it doesn't enter the urinary tract or anywhere else on your body. So So when your vagina releases its things, you don't want to just leave it there. You want to wash it off with some warm water. So you want to wash your clit also, around your clit, around the vulva. Don't miss the top part. Here are your lips. Don't miss this top part. Also wash here if you can. You can use soap only for this part though. Don't go with the soap down here. That can mess up your pH balance. Some people use soaps or whatever the case may be. I don't recommend those things. Because at some point, if you can't live without it, what if one day you actually run out of the product? Your vagina is just not going to be able to function on its own. When you use scented soaps, it will make you get certain infections, just like BV. Scented soaps, I don't use any of those because honestly, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And I feel like because I'm taking in my plain yogurt, my cranberry juice, you can imagine what's coming out is just flowers and roses. If you can sort out, just do your part and it'll do its part and make sure that she's happy. Don't wear things that are going to be tight on you. Don't wear tight clothes. Tight clothes will form for you to smell bad down there. If you're always wearing jeans, always wearing tight things, you are going to smell down there. You are going to smell. So make sure you wear loose things so that your thing can breathe. Everything needs to breathe. Even here, don't do this all the time. If you can, maybe sit on the table like this. So it can just breathe. Because if you close it, the more it's more bound to sweat because why? It's in a warm environment. And warm environment, they cause heat. Just like how when you boil a kettle, it causes heat. And you see all the water vapor flying over the floor. Over the air. Me at night, I only just wear night dress with no underwear underneath. So it's just breathing. If you can, avoid panty liners. I only wear panty liners when I'm approaching my period because a few days before my period, I get like a lot of discharge. Those are my symptoms. I also do get tender breasts sometimes, like they become bigger because then it can just then catch all the discharge because our vaginas are actually acidic, and that's why most of the time some people do have such colors on the panties. The discharge is coming from an acidic environment, and that's why it's able to change the color of your panties. And I don't want my colors of my panties changing, so this is why I get these, so it can just carry that. So I don't want any discoloration on my panties. I wouldn't really recommend to be using panty liners because it kind of covers your vagina, kind of closes it, and it needs to breathe. Don't wear clothes from yesterday or last week, the same panty, without washing it, and you just came freshly out the shower and you used your body oil, your perfume, this only for you to wear the same clothes again. At that point, what's the point? If you can't afford perfume, you can also get Stay Soft. Stay Soft is really good. You will smell like Stay Soft literally the entire day, and Stay Soft smells so fresh and smells so cute. I forgot to speak about period. When you're on your period, this one's a little obvious. Just change regularly. Make sure that you don't leave it in for a long time, because if you leave it on for a long time, it's going to smell. Why? Because it's moist and it's in a hot environment, warm environment, and that's when it starts to smell. And the bad bacteria multiplies, and bad bacteria smells bad. Anyways, I hope you did take a thing or two from this video. Leave a comment down below if you have questions. Leave a comment down below if you also want to suggest something. Leave a comment down below if you like this video. Leave a comment down below if you like me. Share with as many people as you can. Love you guys very much. See you guys in my next video.